If you don't share the same musical interest, it kind of puts a divide there. You don't want to travel as much together, because then you're in the car, and right, one of you turns on the radio, oh, I love this song, and then you're thinking, oh, I wish we would fucking crash into a telephone pole. I have to listen to this shit, mega mix bullshit. Right? You don't want to travel, less places to go, less, energy to get. You don't want to watch the same TV shows because, maybe your girl show Grey's Anatomy, that music fucking blows, so you don't want to watch it. I know you do. I hate it. We're never going to go out. I will tell you one of the worst situations I had with this. I was dating a girl for a little bit who worked at she was an esthetician, right? And you know the music that they play when you're getting a facial or a massage? You know that music, that weird sound effect shit that they pump in? She would play that at home. I had to listen to that stuff in the house all the time. Have you ever really listened and tried to figure out what the fuck that collection of sound effects is? I have a few. I finally figured out, well, the first one that always pops up, pretty obvious, but there's always like a rough ocean terrain that starts with like, oh. Then on top of that, it sounds like you're a lost 5-year-old Asian girl in a dojo music, right? Now the next sound, I can only describe, it sounds like a whale with a tracheotomy, right? If you really listen really close, I swear you can hear it. Just get really quiet, you can hear, kill the ninja. Fucking serious. You can quote me on that. You can quote my quote unquote. You can hear it. Just gotta quiet down. I think the worst situation I find myself in, when you're with somebody that you think is the positive relationship, like, this is it. It's the two of us, right? We're gonna make it together. And then the thing I call the one sentence of truth happens. One sentence is spoken between the two of you that just changes the perspective of the entire relationship. That's the worst, right? Just it crumbles almost immediately because of this one. I had this happen, okay? I'm dating this beautiful African-American woman for about 5.5 months, right? Really just incredibly prolific and just empowered and cool and funny. Everything's great, little personal stuff. We didn't have sex for the entire 5.5 months. We did not. We really wanted to get to know each other and earn up a trust and a respect. So 5.5 months, no sex, and she finally called me. I remember the day she called to say that she wanted to make love to me. I remember because it was a Wednesday back in the day. That's a fucking Wednesday. We know this. Mark it on the calendar. She calls me up, you guys. She goes, I want to make love to you tonight. So I hung up the phone and I put a fresh Glade plug-in in the wall. I remember this. Gift of lavender. And then I Swiffered the shit out of my whole place. When she finally showed up, she looked incredible, all right? We were just smiling at each other. She comes in the door, we start to, make out a little bit, and then quickly we start to get frisky, and we're growling and scratching at each other. Start getting each other's clothing off. Now we're halfway up the stairs, and we're naked, get into my bedroom, and I lay her body down on the bed, and she perks herself up, and she kissed me right here on the forehead, and it was very sensual and sweet. So I caressed her cheek. She got very coy. She got very shy. And then she rolled on top of me, put my big fat cock in her. And no. I want you to know everything. I want you to know everything. And then the one sentence of truth came. I'll never forget this. She's on top of me. She's making love, and the sunlight comes through the window. It's bouncing off her beautiful flesh. And she looked down at me and she goes, "Fuck me, you white piece of shit." Sorry, what? Fuck you, white piece of shit. Where do we go now? She wanted me to say racist things to her, too. That's the thing. She actually was like, baby, say some racist, repugnant shit to me. And I'm not racist, but I tried for her, so I was like, you are black. You will never get a loan without my cosign. I thought that shit. That's true. Guess who voted for McCain? You don't want to have kids and, Daddy, how did you and Mommy, it's a long story, and she called me white piece of shit. I know that I've learned some interesting things about women, and then even some things about guys from my friends that I think this should be a night of letting some secrets. Let's let some secrets out tonight. Let's make it interesting. Let's make the ride home interesting. Start with the girls, because I've learned a couple of things about women recently. The first one I thought was a goof. I actually thought this was like a myth, something that girls you made up and told guys so that you would confuse us or laugh, behind our backs. But this is true. This is totally true, that if a bunch of strange women who've never met each other before start a job together, like an office job, that your vaginas sync up with one another like wireless routers. Yeah, you sound like a signal or a beacon via your vagina. And you speak, hey, you want to bleed on the same day? What do you think, the 11th? Let's all sync up and bleed on the 11th. Mark it on your calendars, vaginas, the 11th, period. How? What is that? That's weird. That's like salmon swimming upstream to die where they were born weird. I don't get that either. Nobody is waiting for you, salmon. And I don't think I can relate, because guys, we don't have anything like that, right? Nothing. What if I got an erection and every guy in here slowly got an erection just because I got an erection? Guys just be walking around malls with erections. Hey, who's thinking shit? Trying to buy a birthday gift for my nana. Come on. Oh, God damn it. I'm gonna get this brought a snow globe and get the fuck out of here. So I learned that. That's fascinating. The other thing I learned, guys, this is going to blow your minds. I learned this thing that your girl, your wife, does. There's this thing, I don't know what girls you call it. I call it like the challenge game. There's this little kind of trivia thing that your girl does with you. It's so bizarre, because once you're locked into this, guys, you're going to hear it all the time. Sometimes multiple times a week, you're going to hear about the challenge game. Here's what it is. Your girl's going to ask you a random question at an inopportune time. And then there's answer A and B, and they're both fucking wrong. That's what makes this thing so convoluted and polluted. There's no way out. Now, there's a hint, as they say in poker. There's a tell, so you know when the question is coming. I figured it out, so fellas, this is going to help you if you want to know when the question is coming. Okay? The first half of the first sentence is always the same, pretty much, to ramp the girl up into the question. Always starts off, first half, first sentence, you're sitting on your computer, your girl's going to come in behind you, and she's going to stop, she's going to be quiet for a second, and it always starts with this. What would you do if... Look at the girls trying to... We don't know what you're thinking of, Dane. We're laughing because funny boys. What would you do if? I'm telling you, now you're gonna hear it. I'm driving with my girl, right? We're driving, she's driving the car, I'm in the passenger seat. Apparently, we're low on gasoline. She turns to me, she goes, what would you do if I didn't tell you we were about to run out of gas, and I just let us run out of gas? You're asking me what would I do if you knowingly let us run out of gasoline? I would call you a fucking asshole to your face. Are you thinking about doing that? Don't do that. This is a very dangerous road to be letting us run out of gas. Are you tarded, soon to be retarded? Because that is not appropriate behavior. Yeah. Last year, Thanksgiving, she cooks a big, Thanksgiving Day meal, and house smells great, pungent deliciousness wafting all over the place. She just walks up to me, she goes, what would you do if I took all the food I just cooked and I just threw it away? I would walk up to Subway and get a footlong, but I'd be ruminating about this the entire time, going, why is this bitch throwing away fresh feasts? And letting us run out of gas. She's a murderess. I took her to a baseball game earlier in the year, and we're standing outside the stadium. We're waiting to be scanned to go inside. We're standing there. She's holding the tickets. There's two things I know about women. You love to hold tickets. And you don't want a table, you want a booth, and you'll wait 11 minutes. Yeah, girls don't like tables. Something about table blocks, the signal, beep, 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 beep. I don't know. A booth is... We're standing in the line, she's holding the ticket, she turns back to me, she goes, what would you do? After they scanned me, I took your ticket and my ticket, and I went in, and I didn't come back for... I don't know, maybe backtrack this entire relationship, try to find my ex and work things out.